waiting for my mother to make her final trip to heaven. I lay asleep in the palliative care unit of Scarborough General Hospital. A day filled with emotional trauma gathered around 15 members of my closest family. Along with a doctor and a social worker, I was forced to sign a do not resuscitate order. With support and guidance from my family, the order was signed, leading to a waiting game as the end drew near. Occasionally she would wake up to gasp for breath, only to be sedated again until her final wake would be her last. An hour into the early morning of August 13th, 1998, I was awakened by a family member and told she was passing. I rushed into her room, and in some sick, twisted way, I needed to see her death. I was shocked by what I saw. Entering the room, I saw her body go still, and what looked like to be her soul rising from her body. I immediately thought I was seeing things and closed my eyes. After the third time of closing my eyes and shaking my head, I only saw the shell of a body as she had passed. Not fully understanding or caring at that moment, I passed it off how our family supported each other in this time of crisis. As years passed, the pain and anguish slowly fade with the loss of someone you love, only to be replaced with the unbearable heartache of missing them becomes present. My thoughts fell to the day of her passing with this secret I kept during that terrible time, until my aunt made the startling revelation without provocation. She had witnessed the same events as her sister, my mother's, death. Is there life after death with heaven? Are there angels and spirit guides? I'll never know until my passing, but I know what I've seen with the passing of my mother. I would like to share an experience I had in August 2013. I accompanied by my son and a group of Scout-age boys and a couple of their parents on an overnight camp in Newcastle Island, off the coast of British Columbia. We had read out Newcastle Island is a hot spot for paranormal activity, so we thought it would be a fun experience. One of the boys brought along an EMF ghost meter. One of the kids had seen a found footage movie that he believed to be true, about a group of college students filming a documentary about the paranormal happenings on Newcastle Island back in 2007. They were searching for the ghost of the notorious axe murderer, Kanaki Pete, who was hanged and then buried in an unmarked grave on the far side of Newcastle Island near Kanaka Bay. The college students went missing that night. Their videotape was later found, and shortly afterward, severed feet and running shoes were discovered along the shoreline. This is all true, as I'd seen many news reports, including CNN, on this a few years ago. Nothing is better than a late-night ghost story when camping. This was the perfect setting: a paranormal island, the unmarked grave of an axe murderer, the place of origin of severed feet and running shoes found alongside the shore after the past few years, and a found footage video from the island. It just doesn't get any better. We brought along a portable video player, and we had downloaded a copy of that found videotape from iTunes called Severed Footage. At 11 p.m. we gathered around the campfire and watched the video. There was some pretty scary paranormal stuff happening in the video, and we recognized many of the spots we'd seen during the day. There was a big sign saying no camping beyond this point. We were told that this is as far as the spirits can travel from their tombs, and it's not safe camping beyond those signs. Of course, we all thought that was a big joke, but we did set up camp on the safe side of the sign anyway. The students in the video camped on the wrong side of the signs. Bad things happened to them, and much of it was seen with their night vision camera. After we watched the video, some of the braver boys thought it would be a cool experience to go down to Kanaka Bay and search for the unmarked grave of Kanaka Pete with the ghost meter. Just like the students in the video, the adults were less thrilled than the boys. We reluctantly gave in as the boys were excited and trying to act brave, daring each other to go all the way down to Kanaka Bay. When we left on the hike, it was a nice warm evening. But as soon as we went past the sign that said no camping beyond this point, a very cold chill hit us that we could feel right down the backs of our necks. Now all of us brave souls became quiet and a little concerned. As we followed the path towards Kanaka Bay, the wind came up and was making the eeriest noise through the trees. Then all of a sudden, about 100 meters ahead of us, appeared two glowing eyes staring right at us. We thought it to be a raccoon or deer's eyes reflection from our flashlights. So we turned off the flashlights, and the eyes were still there glowing as bright as ever. This was very unnerving. Some suggest we turn back, but others trying to act brave wanted to continue because the ghost meter had not gone off yet. As we got closer, the eyes disappeared. When we got to the place where we thought we saw the eyes, it was the place of a large tree with the supposed symbol of Kanaka Pete on it, as seen in the video we just watched. We were about halfway to Kanaka Bay. As we were looking at the carved symbol on the tree, the EMF ghost meter one of the boys was holding started to beep and flash. Slowly at first. We all gathered around it watching in amazement. Then it started beeping faster and faster until it hit max reading. I do not know who screamed first, but there was a ton of screaming as everyone ran back the way we came. After about 100 meters, the ghost meter stopped, and so did we. The wind was still quite strong and the air was icy cold, and 10 boys and a few adults just had the shit scared out of them. Someone suggested that we try passing that point again real fast so we could get to Kanaka Bay. He was voted down by everyone, so we headed back to camp. As soon as we passed the no camping sign, the wind stopped and the air was warm again. We all thought we could hear a low but audible eerie sound coming from where we had just been. We all sat around the campfire talking about what we'd just experienced. No one wanted to go to bed, or maybe we were just too scared to go to bed. So we sat around the campfire till daylight. Some said it was the most thrilling experience they'd ever had, while some said it was the most frightening. It is one that we'll never forget. Camping ghost stories are supposed to be scary and fun. We never dreamed we'd become part of one. At the age of 4, I left Kennington, Bendigo to live in a small country town, Malmesbury, which is located between Daysford and Castlemaine. I've always found it amusing to scare myself with scary stories and looking up scary ghost pictures online. I thought nothing could scare me, although I did believe in ghosts and I still do to this day. I never thought I'd get the vibes that I was surrounded by them. Anyways, it came to this one day when I was 14 and me and my best friends Brett and Fern decided that we'd be tough and head up to the old Kenton Hospital and give ourselves a tour. It was blocked off at the time, but being that age, we decided that we'd go underneath the fence and through the front door. The front door had been kicked down by someone who had been there previously, but we carried on inside. The moment you stepped inside, it felt as if you were in the snowy mountains. It was freezing. That didn't stop us. First entering the building, it had a room to your left, and what appeared to be an old reception area to your right. Going in further, they had a room which was padlocked to your right. Then to your left was a long, dark hallway filled with many rooms, which we didn't go to as we were too terrified. Ahead of us was an old staircase that instantly sent shivers down your spine just looking at it. We continued up the stairs, and with each step we took, we thought we were going to go through the floorboards. The railing of the stairs would collapse if you tried grabbing onto it. We reached the top of the stairs. There was a tiny door in front of us, maybe not even a meter high, which we were creeped out by. To our right, we had another hallway which we did not venture down, and to our left we had another hallway and what looked like to be an old surgery room. We slowly made our way over to the old surgery room, taking one step at a time until we felt as if we were being followed. We came to a sudden standstill, and all was dead quiet until we heard these footsteps walk right past us in a gust of wind. I thought I was going to die. We held on to each other and shut our eyes, just until we heard the footsteps slowly head down towards the old surgery room and disappear. After that, I wanted to leave, but my friends insisted that we at least go a bit closer to that surgery room. So not wanting to feel like a chicken, I agreed. As we made our way closer, real slowly, we heard what sounded like a light bulb flickering, and then what sounded like someone receiving CPR. What got us through was that all the electricity in the building had been shut off for years. We looked at each other and ran, and to this day I will not step foot in there again.